in more ways than one. You know what I'm saying? The fact is, many is not, if not most, of the product shared about the Ukraine war or finished intelligence reports, which paint a very different picture from which creepy Joe Biden administration broadcast. We we should ask, what what's the truth? Is America more directly involved in the Ukraine war than previously reported? Are the American troops fighting Russians? And why? It wasn't happening when Trump was in office. Is the creepy Joe and Biden administration proposed draining our weapons arsenal to favor the Chinese? Yes, he is. Can Ukraine really win the war against a giant Russia? There is so many questions left unanswered. As we see, creepy Joe Biden is selling us out there. Everybody else, so they're hugging Zelensky, him, and you know what I'm saying. That's his boy right there, who they put into play back in 2016 with Trump, probably because he was going to sit there and marinate along to Trump 4 years and all this and the third, all the way up to the plans that they had set prior to even Trump becoming president. You know what I'm saying, going back to Hillary butt nose Clinton and all the different garbage they were doing and so forth, and passing the baton all the way up to the holy apocalypse. Clap your lips. You know what I'm saying? But we see here that Bill de Blasio, you know what I'm saying, victory in New York versus Florida debate is a wake up call for the conservatives. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. This is coming in by Dean. You know what I'm saying? I'm not going to see your last name 12 hours ago. Eastern Standard Time, the New York Sun. You should know who you are, Deanie. Deanie. You know what I mean? You know what I'm saying? On May 5th, a debate between the Demon Democratic of former mayor New York City Bill Nutcase de Blasio and Manhattan Institute president, you know what I'm saying, Rahan Salam, you know what I'm saying, will release will be released. Having watched a tapping, I can, you know what I'm saying, I can say it's it's a much watch for liberal and conservative alike for very different reasons. That ain't no very different reason to me. You know what I'm saying? To me, full of shit. And it's not saying much when it comes to the American people in no shape or form, especially when it comes to Bill de Blasio for Congress. I don't know who the hell would vote for him. And I don't know about this other guy, Rahan. So I'm not with that either. You know what I'm saying? It don't sound right in many ways, and people need to watch their step. There should be more candidates also on the ballot. You know what I'm saying? But we see New York City drug dealers hawk narca- narcotics, hawk narcotics from van driving up business for nearby, you know, infection, whatever site. You know what I'm saying? You know, this is getting crazy. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even going through that. You know what I'm saying? We see the power of politics will show how the New York feel about the state. The state is in a state of chaos right now because there's no real leadership. Kathy Oxford damn sure ain't no leader. She's screwed up and she's only following the same agenda of the demon Democrats and the same agenda that creepy Joe Biden in trumping up a war in Ukraine. You know what I'm saying? You can say what you want, but that war was trumped up, and that guy that leaked those plans is a hero. You know what I'm saying? In more ways than one. There needs to be a full withdrawal of any American troops in Ukraine fighting against the Russians, and that's a fact because this was trumped up by NATO and the demon, deep state, blood clad demon democratical piece of garbage. Same thing you just read when I told you about when we talked about all the other presidents lying and putting us into war. Now this idiot fool, lumphead, creepy ass Joe Biden wants to put us in a nuclear war with Russia. Imagine that. He's full of garbage then and he's full of garbage now. And he lied under oath as well. So I don't see why anybody was worried about what Trump did with the records and all that bullshit that he didn't give to him. He didn't need to give him no records and all because this fool got in there and did a bunch of garbage that he was planning to do anyway. His Marxist, racist, Ku Klux Klan, communist behind. We need to clean it out. We need to kick them bums out and start again because we got too many bums in our government. You know what I'm saying? We see unrailing the irony of the Trump indictment. You know what I'm saying? Irony, isn't it? And somebody put up a sign saying that, but this is coming in by Samuel Sullivan. You know what I'm saying? A humanities teacher. You know what I'm saying? Look like humanities teacher and writer. You know what I'm saying? Well, go ahead. You know what I'm saying? 12 hours ago, Eastern Standard Time. You know what I'm saying? The surprise connection between the what is that? Medtronic, I guess. The surprising connection between the Medtronic rise and legal downfall. You know what I'm saying? We see the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump, you know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? Resonated, resonated with resonated with Americans as a political, you know what I'm saying, outsider, vowing to drain the swamp. You know what I'm saying? And the swamp needs to be drained. He is right. We got no more than a swamp, a drain, and a cesspool. You know what I'm saying? And tackle corruption at the highest level of government. Americans are fed up with corruption and see politicians becoming wealthy in, unethical ways. That's for sure. You know what I'm saying? The absence of accountability and frustrating. And the act of accountability is frustrating because they're not going to give you accountability because they're lying on every shape way. Draining the swamp, according to, Trump's Twitter, you know what I'm saying, archive, he tweeted or retweeted about draining the swamp 135 times from October 2016, May 2020. In addition, he promised to get rid of corrupt politicians, but his definition of corruption often seems to target those who merely disagree with him. You know what I'm saying? We don't know about disagreeing with him and all that, but it still come out to the same thing. It don't matter if it's said it by a bum. You know what I'm saying? Corruption is a, a byproduct of power. It's a byproduct of Luciferian devil worship, greedy mother suckers. You know what I'm saying? In a fable and myth. You know what I'm saying? It's a common theme. Superheroes, for example, tend to abuse the power only to realize their responsibility in the end and get back to the course. The message is overcoming yourself is more difficult than overcoming the most challenging bad guy. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, and it is not only a superhero who becomes a corrupt over time. It's a human nature of power and corruption, and that applies to politicians. But what counts as corruption in American politics and is easy to prove? No, because if you do, they're gonna probably kill you. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Let's just keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? They probably gonna knock you off. You know what I'm saying? Because this is what they've been doing. You know what I'm saying? They've been doing it to our civil rights leaders for years, and many of our black civil rights leaders helped them to knock off the ones that were doing the right thing and was about to do the right thing and get the nation on its feet and the people in fairness of equality. You know what I'm saying? They helped to corrupt that whole shit, and then before you know it, that person got bumped off. You know what I'm saying? But we see Elon Musk tossed out wild, unsubstantiated claims during Tucker Carlson's interview. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, well, That's Aaron Musk for you. You know what I'm saying? He dropped a bomb on his ass. But we see Jim Jordan, you know what I'm saying, predicts local GOP prosecutors will start hunting the Biden administration, and they need to do so. You know what I'm saying? The creepy Joe Biden administration need more than a hunt. You know what I'm saying, to come down on their neck. But this is coming in by John Levine one day ago, New York Post, back online again, New York Post, baby. You know what I'm saying? But you know what I'm saying, we see Republicans, district attorneys will likely seek, you know what I'm saying, to prosecute the President of the United States, the so-called acting President of the United States, creepy Joe Biden, or his family, to related for what critics call Manhattan District Attorney Bragg's weaponizing the persecution, of the President of the United States, Donald J. Trump. You know what I'm saying? And Representative Jim Jordan told the Post, you know what I'm saying? When you really look at it, you know what I'm saying, the Republicans district attorney, you know what I'm saying, will likely seek like likely seek to prosecute creepy Joe Biden or his family to the retaliate for what critics call Manhattan Bragg's weaponizing against the Trumpy bag. You know what I'm saying? One of my Republican colleagues has indicated that he has had some local DAs approach him and say he's trying to do that. He's trying to do that, Jordan said, alluding to Republican James Comer, Republican of Kentucky, claims that he had been contacted by two county district attorneys asking for ways to go after creepy Joe Biden. You know what I'm saying? But Jordan and Ohio Republicans and chair of the House Judiciary Committee is, gearing up for a Mustique hearing in New York City Monday that will focus, that will focus on, victims criticizing Bragg for, refusing to prosecute violent crimes and efforts and to criminalize the right of self-defense. Imagine that. And all that they're saying right there is true when it comes to Adam Nutkeys. Boule acting jigaboo. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, it's me. Because that's all he's showing me. He ain't showing me no care for this country at all, other than to be a jigaboo and a boule for the Demon Democratic Luciferian Senate group. Same thing we have with a lot of these different performers and actors and so on, even cartoons. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no more than and then you're talking about gender and library reading, story time, and all this stuff came up all at the same time. People be changing the bathrooms with a man, a woman, a dog, a chimp. You know what I'm saying? A dog, a man, a chimp, and something that looks like a man or a woman, and the chimp can go into the bathroom and all this kind of crazy shit. You know what I'm saying? But we see this going on, you know what I'm saying? But you see him here, he said, I didn't want to see what happened in the Manhattan DA office, but now that we've, crossed that line, that's where it's likely to go, you know what I'm saying? Jordan said of the local GOP prosecutors going president hunting, and they need to. And they need to. We need to flush our government out and kick people like Alan Bragg's bum ass out, clean up out of our government and out of any position of holding any political power, that he can use this and going down the same road with the Buddha demon Democrats to prosecute Donald J. Trump.